everyone! Today I did a red inspired makeup tutorial. My friend actually requested this to go with her outfit, so if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep watching. First thing I did was moisturize my face, but then I go in with my Urban Decay B6 spray to prep my face, and then I go in with some primer. First, I go in with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless in my T-zone to minimize the look of pores. And then on the outer perimeter of my face, I'm taking the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer and just rubbing that in. Next for foundation, I'm using the new Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I love it. And I'm kind of smearing it on my face and then blending it in with a Real Techniques sponge. For concealer on my face, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm dotting this on any blemishes I have, and then I blend it in with my finger and then go over it again with a sponge. For my under eye highlight, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla, and I'm taking this under my eyes, down the center of my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit on my forehead as well. And then I blend that in with the same sponge. Then to set all of that concealer, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, I believe it's called. And I'm using a sponge to pack it under my eyes and everywhere else that I put that concealer and blending it in. Then to set the rest of my face, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus. And I'm just patting this into all the areas I didn't put the translucent powder. Now, someone asked me to show my eyebrow routine, and I will warn you that it's extremely long and high maintenance, but here it is. First, I comb through my eyebrows with the spoolie, and then I go on with the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Soft Brown. And the first thing I do is underline my brow and blend that line up into my natural hairs. And then I guess overline the top of my brow and then create the arch and tail. And I basically follow the natural shape of my eyebrow, but when I am tweezing them, I make them the shape I want so that when I quote unquote paint them, they're the correct shape. Next, I go in with another Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Taupe. Again, I am so high maintenance, but I keep this in the front little portion of my brow to create that kind of ombre effect. And then I'm going in with a MAC eyeshadow in Omega and putting that right on top of the taupe color in the front. And then for the rest of my brow, I use the Ulta Brow Kit in light medium, and I take that lighter shade and focus that on the center of my brow. And then I take the darker shade and use that on the tail and arch. Then to keep all of my brow hairs in place, I use the L'Oreal Brow Plumper, I believe it's called, in clear. And for this, I brush upwards in the front and then kind of sideways for the rest of it. Next, to prep my eyes, I'm using the MAC Paintpot in Soft Ochre and blending that with my finger onto my entire eyelid. Then to set that, I'm using the Wet n Wild Brule eyeshadow, which is my absolute favorite from the drugstore. Then for my transition color, I'm taking the Tartelette palette and using the warm brown transition shade in the palette. And I'm just brushing this into my crease and building it up as I go. As you'll see, it kind of gets deeper and darker as I go, which is exactly what I want. So then to darken it, I use another MAC eyeshadow in Cork and place that in the exact same place with the same brush and just blend. I cut out a lot of the blending, but I really blended a lot. But I didn't want the video to be ridiculously long like last time. Moving on to the lid, I'm taking a kind of taupey gray shade and packing that onto my lid. Again, just building up color as I go. Then I take a Smashbox little trio that I have, and I take the dark shade and focus on the outer third of my eyelid and the outer V. And again, I'm just blending as I go. Next, I take the warm dark shade in the Tartelette palette and I pack this on the center of my lid. I'm sorry my camera's all blurry, but I thought I'd show you I really did do it. And again, I just go in and blend that out. Next, for my brow bone highlight, I take a light kind of yellow toned eyeshadow and sweep this under my brow. And then for eyeliner, I really tried to record it, but it was so hard. But I'm just taking the L'Oreal gel eyeliner and I'm making a thin line right above my lashes to hide the lash band on my fake eyelashes. And then I kind of wing it out just slightly. And then to smoke it out, I'm taking the black color in the Tartelette palette and dragging that up into my crease a little bit as I finish off that wing. Then to tightline, I use the L'Oreal Infallible eyeliner. And then for my eyelashes, or for mascara rather, I'm using the MAC Extended Play Lash, which is the best for lengthening. And then I go in with some falsies. I'm using the Eyelure Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes. Then for my contour, I'm using the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D, and I'm taking the two lighter shades and mixing them and carving out my cheekbones. Then I also go in with my double-ended contour brush by Icing, and I take the smaller side and really blend out that contour. And then with the fluffy side, I take the warmer color in the contour palette and run that on the outer perimeter of my face. Then I go in and I contour my nose, and I use those same two colors and go down the sides of my nose. And then I go in with a fluffier brush to blend it out. And last, for my nose, I take the banana shade in the Kat Von D palette and I run it down the center of my nose. Then for a highlight on the face, I'm taking the Mary-Lou-Manizer and running that on the tops of my cheekbones, kind of up towards my brow. And I put a little bit of that on the tip of my nose as well. Now for my lips, I take forever, so I sped this up extremely fast. But anyways, I'm using a bareminerals lip liner, and I'm not sure what the color is, but it's a red one. And then I'm just outlining my lips, and I have to do it all sorts of wild ways to make my lips look even, which is why it takes me so long. But then for lipstick, I go on with the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Outlaw, and I go over that lip liner, and I really didn't need the lip liner because I used the lipstick as a lip liner, but you know, high maintenance me. And that completes this look. So if you guys enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and leave any requests you have down below.